I'd like to thank you all for coming here today. I'm Grace Kreniken, General Manager at BART. We're here today to give the Bay Area some good news and give our riders some good news. I am joined with the presidents of ATU, SEIU, and AFSCME to announce that we have reached a tentative agreement on a contract that, if approved, will carry us for 5 more years into the future until June of 2021. There are 3 features to this tentative agreement. The first one has to do with pay, and in 2017 there will be a 2.5% raise, another 2.5% raise in 2018, in 2019 a 2.75% raise, and in 2020 another 2.75% raise. The rest of the contract will remain mostly the same. Both sides acknowledge that we need to focus on rebuilding this system. Both sides agree that we need to focus on service to our riders. We need to keep the Bay Area moving, and we know it, and it's going to take a lot of work to do it. The second thing I want to do is to thank our BART workers. It has been their tireless commitment to keeping this system together that has made it happen. BART has the oldest fleet in the country, yet it has one of the highest utilization rates. That means the trains are out there a highest percentage of the time, and that's because of these workers. We have a highly skilled workforce that are motivated and dedicated to keeping this system together. The system rebuilding we are doing now has only been done because everyone here has worked together.
We've been laying the foundation for this agreement for probably about 2 years now. After the 2013 negotiations, we believe this is a fair deal for our workers, for management, for the Bay Area, and it also allows us to focus our resources now on keeping the Bay Area moving. I would like to say that I think the public, or we believe the public, is not really interested in who started the fight. It's when 2 kids are fighting in the sandbox, you don't care who started the fight. You just want to make sure those kids can figure it out and stop fighting and improve the relationship. And that's, I believe, what we're doing here. And I'd like to thank the other unions. I'd like to thank management for getting us to this deal. And of course, I'd like to thank all of our members.
This agreement is for our patrons and all of the Bay Area. This TA will provide the region and BART workers with a consistent and uninterrupted service for the next 5 years.
This agreement clearly shows that the unions and BART management are making efforts to forging a better relationship. It also shows the respect we are forging between us and acknowledges the daily hard work of BART workers to keep our riders moving as the system ages and the ridership records are regularly broken.
This is a pivotal moment in BART history and Bay Area labor relations. The amount of collaboration that it took to make this happen was tremendous. This could very well be the turning point for BART and the new benchmark for labor relations.
The agreement that we came to in 2013 was not a terrible agreement, but it was a terrible process of getting there. We really let the Bay Area down in a lot of ways. The Bay Area needs BART more and more and more. I ran for this board because I think BART has a tremendous role to play in creating a more just, a more sustainable, a more livable Bay Area. And that's proven every day. We are breaking ridership records. The Bay Area has become more and more dependent on BART. We're growing to more corners of the region. And BART's going to be a bigger and bigger and more important part of our future. And so people need to make sure that it's there. We need to provide a good service. We need to provide a reliable service with no interruptions. Now, we've had a lot of interruptions to service in the last few years, as you've noted. The system is aging. We're reaching the physical limits of it. And we have a huge task in front of us to renew this system, to expand its capacity to carry people and renew the parts that have worn out. And our workers have been a tremendous part of keeping this system going, keeping it working.
The fares are not going to increase as a result of this agreement. We have most of the money for this already budgeted and what's being put together. We're getting an extremely large amount of productivity. The workers are as productive as the industry. They're the most productive in the industry. We get a great return on their investment. I think we get a great return on the investment of the riders. There's been a lot of cooperation. Our ability, Tom noted this, but we closed down the Trans-Bay Tube for the first time, and the only way we could do that was a planned shutdown was to renew the track, was because of the cooperation that's going on here. So the riders will have an improved amount of service, quality of service, I think, just because of the investments we're making now. We have a bond measure that's coming up in the future. If we get that, that's great. But if we don't, we're going to be getting, I think, a better and better return on the investment of the writers' dollars right now. Thanks for coming, everybody. Appreciate it. Thank you. Thanks, everybody.